Well, the latest development from the Mississauga restaurant explosion, Peel Regional Police Chief Jennifer Evans will be on scene about 7 o'clock to update the status of this investigation. Officers this morning still on the hunt for two men who allegedly set off an explosive device inside the Bombay Bell restaurant, sending 15 people to hospital. Our Tammy Sutherland is at the scene right now. This is at Huron, Ontario and Eglinton with the very latest. Tammy.
That's right, Melanie. The 15 people who were sent to hospital, 3 of them initially were considered in critical condition. They have now been upgraded to critical yet stable, according to police. We just got off the phone with them as well. But again, the hunt is still on for the 2 men who are suspected of setting off an explosive inside of this packed restaurant last night at about 10:30 p.m. Both men seen walking into the Bombay Bell restaurant, setting off an explosive, again, sending those 15 people to hospital. And we spoke to witnesses here last night who saw the aftermath.
Many balloons, many cakes, like a birthday, like a child birthday. So I think we need to start to understand what is really happening, yeah? Because it's not normal. I think it's not normal here in Canada, yeah?
Now, once again, because of the nature of this entire plaza has been blocked off this morning, continues to be. But on top of that, I'd like to give you just a short look at what else is happening around the scene as well. If you take a look in the distance right now at our live shot, far out in the distance there, you can see there is a subdivision that is already blocked off up there. There are 2 other spaces there where police have cordoned off areas, and that is in relation to this investigation. There's also another plaza on the other side of Eglinton that has been cordoned off as well. That is a police command post where currently the chief of police is meeting with other investigators. Again, Jennifer Evans expected to be here on this side of the plaza to chat with the media sometime between 7 and 7:30. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, thank you so much for that. And of course, we will take that live as soon as the chief speaks with an update. To other news now, the Ontario Liberals say they have proof that Doug Ford helped secure a nomination for Etobicoke Centre candidate Kinga Surma by getting her bogus memberships. The Liberals claim it happened in an Etobicoke Tim Hortons 2 years ago. That's before Ford was PC leader. They also claim Ford broke election rules by telling people they didn't have to pay to become a party member, but to simply just sign on the dotted line. Kinga Surma eventually did capture the nomination after a close battle. Here's the audio as well as the transcript that the Liberals have released.
It doesn't cost anything, we just sign people up there. That's it. I'm going to introduce you.
I was wondering whether you'd like to fill out a membership card for the party. Yeah, so that we're having a nomination.
You don't have to fill it out. Just put your name, number, just sign.
Yeah.
If you're interested, sir, we'll do it for you. Yeah.
Now, Ford dismissed the Liberal accusations while out on the campaign trail. He says the Liberals are desperate and grasping at straws to try and turn their fortunes around.
This is about the Liberals being desperate. Desperate move 2 weeks prior to the election. You know, this happened close to 2 years ago. It went through an appeals process. The appeal was totally dismissed. This is the Liberals 2 weeks before the election trying to change the channel.
And here is where the leaders are today. Kathleen Wynne has stops in Toronto, Port Dover, Oakville, Mississauga, and Brampton. Doug Ford will be speaking at a hotel in Toronto, and Andrea Horvath has a morning event at a Toronto high school. Well, despite President Trump abruptly canceling next month's summit with Kim Jong-un, North Korea says it is willing to meet with the U.S. at any time. Trump and the North Korean leader were supposed to meet for the historic get-together June the 12th in Singapore. They were expected to talk about the denuclearization in the Korean peninsula and an overall way to reduce tensions. Trump pinned the move on what he calls the North's open hostility toward the U.S., refusing to show up for high-level talks ahead of the summit.
So the dialogue was good until recently, and I think I understand why that happened. But I really believe we have a great opportunity. We'll see whether or not that opportunity is seized by North Korea. If it is, great for them and great for the world. If it isn't, it'll be just fine.
And just hours before Trump called off this get-together, North Korea carried out with the destruction of what they claim was a nuclear test site. The U.S. said that North Korea would have to get rid of all nuclear weapons before the two sides could meet face to face. It is 7 minutes after 6. We're going downstairs to Roger.